Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to your Emerald Coast TV Game of the Week live from Raider Arena in Niceville, Florida, the home of Northwest Florida State College. It is time to get your men's basketball game underway between the Northwest Florida State College Raiders and the Pirates of Pensacola State College. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rob Brown, on the call with you this evening, alongside my color commenter and good friend of mine, Mr. Jeff McDonald, is in the building. Jeff, welcome in, my friend. Good to have you. And this is going to be a whale of a basketball game.
Absolutely, Rob. Excited to get this season kicked off for the Panhandle Conference. Excited to see this rivalry game tonight between Pensacola and Northwest Florida.
Northwest Florida State College starting the year off at 14-2. A couple of drops. Won a 5-point loss back on December 8th to Eastern Florida. And their most recent game, a 1-point heartbreak loss against Shelton State back on the 3rd of January. Other than that, no other blemishes on the record. That record just a game better than the 12-5 Pensacola State College Pirates, who come in tied at 3rd in a 5-team conference. Chipola and Tallahassee Community College both at 16-1. Northwest Florida State at 14-2. Gulf Coast and Pensacola State Colleges at 12-5. And Jeff, we talked a little bit about it. I love the makeup of this team. You have got guys from not just all over the country, but all over the world. Quis Duarte from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. You've got Eric Vila from Girona, Spain. You've got Kane Henry from London, England. Luigi Dubois from Guadalupe. This is a team that has built chemistry against all the odds, and it is a fun team to watch play. It is going to be a privilege to be able to call this game this evening, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. No other place I'd rather be on a Saturday night than the beautiful Raider Arena. Sit here and watch our Raiders of Northwest Florida State College take on the Pirates of Pensacola State College. We were talking about the records. You know, we're looking at the top #1 conference in the country when it comes to junior college basketball in the Panhandle Conference. This is as good as it gets across the country, and it's right here in our very own backyard.
We talked about during the women's game that you are looking at two of the best teams in the country in JUCO ball, and the men's and women's Northwest Florida State College team, but the reality is you're looking at one of the best conferences in junior college basketball across the entire United States. And we are just set to go underway. Tip-off taken by Pensacola State, and we are underway with 2 20-minute halves of men's college basketball coming your way. The Pirates will be led by Mike McDougal, a 5'9" sophomore point guard out of Jacksonville. Inside drive and a big block there. How about the hand of Eric Vila, a 6'11" freshman / redshirt sophomore, from Girona, Spain on the block.
Quite a reach from number 10. Great reach by Vila on that block.
Rebound brought down by Quis Duarte, a sophomore out of the Dominican Republic, and the Raiders have their first possession of the night. Don't think you'll see Eric Vila running much point guard this evening, but he does start up at the top of the three. Long three ball, count it, book it, it's good. Tyree Jackson, the redshirt sophomore from Tifton, Georgia, bangs the corner three, and the Raiders have the initial lead.
Yeah, drained that from about 2 feet behind the line too, Rob. Great range.
Pirates working the ball around the perimeter, now kicked into Yixon Montero. There's the dribble drive over to the corner. That's Mike McDougal working the right-hand side. McDougal drives back out to the three-point line. The step-back two-pointer is no good for Isaiah Williams, but the rebound blocked in a big block, but it's rejected right back to another Pirate. Great underneath defensive effort from Noah Morgan to knock that easy put-back two-pointer.
Yeah,
the Pirates end up with the offensive possession, though.
Yeah, Raiders just moved from that 2-3 zone to a man giving up a deep three.
Isaiah Williams, the sophomore guard, 6 feet 6 inches tall out of Dayton, Ohio, ties it up at 3 apiece. The Raiders now back in possession. Inside pass to Villa. It's going to go back to the corner. No room there, so we'll set back up top with Jackson. Jackson over to Hamlet. That's Javion Hamlet, the redshirt sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. Corner three is up. Good bucket. Noah Morgan with the tray.
Yeah, great ball movement from the Raiders. Nobody standing around, just like with the ladies' game. These young men are well coached, and you don't see that ball sit in one spot for long, swinging it around, getting the open jump shot.
And you will see a lot of very physical defense out of this Raiders team. Smart, but physical. You're not going to get a lot of easy baskets, although that one is a good one. Good dribble drive from Yankson Montero, a 6'5" guard from the Dominican Republic, as he goes up, gets fouled, and gets the kiss off the glass. He'll head to the line for three the old-fashioned way. Good offensive possession for the Pirates there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great take to the basket. We had two of our bigs get in there, try to get a block, unfortunately coming away with a foul.
And we just talked about it as the free throw is good, and so we're all square at 6. A lot of very physical defense out of this Northwest Florida State College Raiders basketball team. They are not afraid to body you up, and you'll see it when they set their screens as well. A team that's not afraid to get physical. They'll wake up bruised the next day and feel like they earned it.
Yeah, just continue to look at the ball movement. Great ball screens. Everybody moving, getting the ball reversed. Great shot there by number 5.
Chris Duarte, the 6'6" guard, is on fire with another basket, and that extends the lead 9-6 now for the Raiders after the Duarte 3 from the corner. There's a drive. Good physical effort there from Isaiah Williams, but it comes back the other way after the rebound. Up and under, and the left-handed put through for Javion Hamlet is money.
Yeah, great strong take to the basket. Raiders starting off on fire here in the first period.
Timeout called by Pensacola State after the Raiders run off a handful of straight baskets. 11-6 is your score. 16:55 showing there on the clock. That was a phenomenal couple of possessions, both offensively and defensively for the Raiders. They are playing physical basketball right now. They are making the Pirates earn their looks at the basket.
Absolutely. And then you look down on the offensive end, we're 3 for 3 behind the line, 100%, moving the ball around really well, sharing the rock, getting the open shots.
The Raiders defensively so far are letting the Pirates probe the three-point line, very similar to what the ladies were doing in the earlier game. We'll let you work around the outside. We don't think you're going to beat us with those long threes. We're going to make you play physical on the inside, and so far it's worked. So we go back for the Pirates. It's their next offensive possession being run through Yankson Montero. Montero drives. The fallback jumper is no good. Short iron rebound brought in, but a push in the back called against Isaiah Williams against number 1 Tyree Jackson, who gets another rebound to his credit.
Yeah, Tyree Jackson looks like a gamer, Rob. Hustles, defends well, and shoots the rock.
Guy who's not afraid to go up and get those tough rebounds. And again, you're going to see a lot of very physical play underneath the basket specifically. And Pensacola State going with the shorter lineup here. They brought in an extra guard here, so you're going to probably see Northwest Florida State start to look to the inside to Eric Vila and some of the bigger players they have. But they will take those open threes if they're given, like that right there. Count it! It's good! Tyree Jackson with the tray. That's 6 on the night. A pair of threes out of Tyree.
Such a nice stroke from Tyree Jackson, shooting it with confidence.
Pensacola again working around, and that one is good. Good dribble drive there for Shondarius Coward out of Pensacola, Florida, a 6'2" tall freshman.
Yeah, great take with the left hand, kissing it off the glass.
That's a tough shot when you get that kind of fall away, but still have to hit it off the glass because of the angle, and that's what he did. Well played there from Shondarius Coward. There's another three, and it's good! Tyree for 3 in Fuego, amigo! That is 9 from the line for Tyree.
He is on fire, Rob.
Back the other way, the shot will not fall for Mike McDougal, so the Raiders with a chance to extend that lead. Works it over into the corner, back up to the top, another three-pointer. This one no good. That shot was just off the mark for Chris Duarte, who is 1 for 1 from the tray land.
Yeah, Vila just missed the put back there. You know, you get one more pass, and you got Tyree wide open. Keep swinging it around, get it to your hot man.
There's a steal. Here comes Tyree back the other way. He's going to pass to the inside to Duarte for the slam. Thank you very much, Chris Duarte, the man from the Dominican Republic with the two-handed slam off the assist and steal from Tyree Jackson, and it is getting loud in Raider Arena.
Yeah, great drop off there by Tyree. Good look, good vision. Way to see the court.
Chris Duarte with the rebound off the missed three. Tyree sets up, kicks it over to Duarte. He's got a three. He can't get it. Just off the iron. Good shot, but no good for Chris Duarte.
Tyree's got a lot of confidence in his teammates walking away with the three raised. You got to love that, though. That inspires the confidence in your teammates. Keep shooting it. It's going to fall.
19-8, 14-18 showing on the clock. Pensacola trying to draw this lead a little closer, but the Raiders right now defensively are preventing them from really getting into any motion towards the basket at all. Long two is no good for Shondarius Coward. Here's Tyree Jackson with the rebound back the other way. Over to Vila. Oh, I thought he was going to spot up. I thought the 6'11 center was going for the three.
Get inside, big man.
Tyree tries to give it to Vila, and the rebound back the other way. It's good for DeMonte Nelson, 5'11 freshman from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Some exciting basketball here so far, Rob Brown.
No doubt about it. The pace was quick for the Raiders up front. It's slowed down just a little bit now as Tyree not inspired to take those big threes. Look at the inside pass to Duarte, back to Vila. Can't get the finish, but good ball movement in the post. The quick pass to Duarte. Duarte with a touch and give to Vila. That's good basketball.
Absolutely. Working the ball around against this zone defense. Looks like Pensacola's transition to this zone, try to put a stop to these three-point shots. Worked on the last couple possessions, but if you can get it inside like that, open things up, kick it back out, start knocking the threes down again. But you'd like to see Vila go ahead and flush that thing inside. But still a great take.
Vila heads to the line to shoot a couple, knocks down the first to double the lead, 20-10, as Tyree Jackson heads to the bench for a sub.
You know what's great, Rob, and I love when I'm sitting here looking at these rosters, and you look at the Raiders, we got a couple of local kids from Niceville. You look at this Pirates roster, you got some guys from Pensacola. That's encouraging. Great basketball in our local communities.
Tyree Jackson with 9 points, checks off, replaced by number 42, Anthony Mason, a 6'10 freshman from Decatur, Alabama. Off comes Vila as well. He'll be replaced by number 14, Kane Henry, all the way from London, England. There's a long three counted. It's good for Mike McDougal from Jacksonville, Florida.
Little line drive, three-point shot.
This is Javion Hamlet from Memphis, Tennessee, running the offense alongside number 5, Chris Duarte. Back over to Hamlet, back to Duarte. They are rotating back and forth into the corner there for Noah Morgan. Morgan drives to the three. There's Kane Henry. No good. Just off the iron and long, and the rebound by the Pirates.
Yeah, great job there by Noah to penetrate the gaps in the zone defense, make that defense collapse, kick it out. Great pass, good open look, just didn't knock it down.
Good look from McDougal there to kick it over to Rafael Diaz, but Diaz can't convert the three. Here's the three from the corner. No good for Noah Morgan.
Yeah, and that's 0 for 2 for Noah in the last two possessions.
Hard foul there. I don't think it was intentional. A transitional foul there called against number 3, Javion Hamlet. I think he was just trying to run down and lost his footing for a second. Hard foul is going to send McDougal to the line. DeMonte Nelson to the line. Nelson was in transition there and gets taken down hard. But again, I don't think any ill intent. No, they are going to call it a flagrant. Wow, and the Raiders fans not happy. I disagree with that call. I don't think it was flagrant. I think he lost his footing, but the referee on the backside says it's flagrant. We're going to take a look at the replay here and see where the foul happens if it's on the inside of the screen. You'll see that right hand come down. Yeah, I don't think that's intentional. I think he just lost his footing and came down, but the referee disagrees and an intentional foul called.
Yeah, I think it's a matter, too, of number 4 there from the Pirates, DeMonte Nelson, slowing down.
Yep.
And then, that momentum, it's hard to stop that. It wasn't of ill intent because he goes, gives him a little embrace afterwards, helps him up off the floor. And, but hey, that's what they called.
Show of a little sportsmanship afterwards. I think he was trying to say, hey, look, it wasn't intentional. But the referee disagrees. Intentional foul called. And so the 2 baskets are good. And Pensacola State will retain possession down 7, 12-32, showing on the clock here in the first half. The inbounds coming from Shondavius Cowart. Inside to Montero. Montero resets it up to McDougal, and the Pirates are back underway. McDougal drives, can't find the lane to shoot, so he kicks it over. The jumper is no good for Bryce Hunt, and the Raiders come back with possession the other way. Quick steal, however, but stepped out of bounds. Good hustle from Shondarius Cowart, but the right foot stepped out of bounds, and the Raiders retain.
Yeah, he broke on that ball like a good-looking defensive back in football, but just couldn't quite stay in bounds.
Javion Hamlet up top alongside Duarte. Back to Hamlet. Back to Duarte. The Raiders content to work the ball around the three-point line and wait for something to break. Shot from the corner, no good from King Henry. It won't drop for him.
Yeah,
Pensacola on the rebound.
The zone defense creating some problems for the Raiders. Got to continue to penetrate those gaps, get to the hole, try to create some open looks. But when we get those looks, we got to knock them down.
That is knocked down by number 4, DeMonte Nelson. The Raiders have had some looks at the three-point line. Three-point shooting was hot early, but 50% to start. However, Kane Henry's missed a couple in a row. Duarte's missed one, and it's fallen off just a little bit. Plenty of looks at the basket from three-point land, but the Raiders hesitant to take them after an initial blitz of threes.
Yeah, we got Tyree Jackson taking a blow over here on the bench. Might look to get him back in the game here soon and create some opportunities for him behind the line. Maybe bust this zone wide open.
How about the spin-around jumper from Noah Morgan? Drives to the rack, does the 6'5 sophomore. Hits the spin move, just goes up one-handed and gets it to fall. Good move from Noah Morgan.
Absolutely. Probably got the best-looking hair on the floor, too, there, Rob Brown.
Well, that's only because I'm not on the floor, Jeff.
Great point.
DeMonte Nelson with a kick out, but he cannot find the waiting Shondarius Coward, so the ball goes out of bounds in front of the Raiders bench, and we'll get a Team Gray possession back the other way. Media timeout on the floor, so we'll take a look at the stat sheet. 61% from the floor shoot the Raiders so far, 50% from the three-point line as we take a look around Raider Arena. And, Jeff, I got to say, again, we've talked about the basketball culture that's really developed here in Niceville. This has absolutely become a bastion of basketball, and you can see it here tonight, a nearly packed out Raider Arena, and the fans absolutely get into these games.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing a resurgence of basketball across the Emerald Coast. You look at some of our high school programs that are doing such a fantastic job. You've got the Choctaw Indians that are competing at a very high level, and then you've got the Northwest Florida State College Raiders right here. We're kind of spoiled right now, Rob Brown. We're used to this being such a big football community, but right now I would venture to say that this is a basketball community.
I'm not saying basketball's taking over. I'm saying this arena is packed to the gills, and as we mentioned earlier, it's not just here. The Panhandle Conference has a combined 13 losses on the season so far. That's all 5 teams in the conference playing out of conference. It's a great basketball conference from Tallahassee all the way to Pensacola, and we're very fortunate to have one of the better teams in that conference. Here's our stats so far with 10:56 showing. 8 of 13 from the floor are the Raiders. 5 of 10. Tyreek Jackson, your leader. 3 of 3 from behind the arc with 9 points to his name. 5 points for both Morgan and Duarte, a pair for Hamlet and Vila. That's your 23 total. You've got 6 from Nelson for the Pirates, 2 from Diaz, 2 from Cowart, 3 from Williams, 3 from Montero, and that's where we stand right now. 3 of 3 from the line are the Pirates, 2 of 2 from the line are the Raiders, and we are back underway with 10:52 showing on the clock. There's Kane Henry back to Tyreek, who drives. He kicks it out to the outside to Trey Diggs. Trey Diggs, of course, from right here in Niceville, Florida. You and I have had the pleasure to share the floor with him in the Hoops for Hope tournament last year.
Absolutely.
My stay on the floor when I saw him did not last very long, as Trey Diggs missed, just draws a bit of iron to the right. But Tyreek, a whale of a basketball player.
You know, it's great to have Trey back in the community. Great young man, great ball player from Niceville High School. And, yeah, certainly he plugged in and helped us out this summer at Hoops for Hope. And thrilled to hopefully have him back again. Who knows what's going to happen with him beyond this level here at Northwest Florida State College.
Drive good there for DeMonte Nelson, adds a pair, and now the Pirates back within 5. It's Tyree Jackson leading back up the floor. Again, Tyree having a night from the three-point line, 3 of 3 for 9 points to start and looking for more. There's Kane Henry to the inside, back to the top, back to Tyree.
Well, you got Tyree back in the game to kind of help try to bust this zone wide open, but here he is taking it to the rack. Maybe want to dish that one out to Trey or someone else out behind the line. You know, you get Trey Diggs in the game, who was actually an excellent shooter from behind the line. That first one just obviously fell short. Keep shooting it. That's, what do they say, Rob? Shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot. Anthony Mason checks out, and Eric Villa from Spain back into the lineup, the 6'11 redshirt sophomore forward. Raiders inbounding from underneath the basket. It's going to go over to Duarte. Duarte's in the corner alongside Villa. calling for some help, and he hands it out to Diggs. Diggs launches the three before the shot clock goes up, but could not get it off in time. Shot clock violation against Northwest Florida State College, and a turnover to Pensacola.
Yeah, it looks like we lost a little bit of awareness right there. Lost a little sense of what the clock was looking like for that desperation shot there.
9:42 showing on the clock here in the first half of play. Pensacola State trails by 5. There's the drive and a tough layup. Nice shot there. Credit where it's due to Yexon Montero, the 6'5 sophomore from the Dominican Republic. Drove the lane, got the kind of wraparound underneath layup. Phenomenal play there from Montero.
Yeah, strong move to the basket.
King Henry for Trey. The 6'7 sophomore from London, England, has missed that shot once, not a second time. He gets the three to fall. 6-point lead for the Raiders.
That international presence showing up for us tonight here, Rob.
We've got Spain represented, the Dominican Republic, England, and Guadalupe all on the Raider roster. Here's Duarte, but the ball's knocked out of his hands in transition. Good hustle play from the Pensacola State College Pirates to get back on defense and prevent Duarte from finding the easy assist. No, a turnover called. The backside referee comes in and says that it went off the foot of Duarte, so it is a turnover.
Yeah, Coach DeMayo not too happy about that call.
Here's the replay. Not sure where it would have contacted Duarte. You can see his feet about 3 feet away from the ball, so looks like maybe he kicked it just before it went out of bounds, but
yeah, hard to tell.
The referee says no go. Here we on the backside, and we've got ourselves a turnover for the Pirates as well. So Northwest Florida State dodges the bullet there, and they'll get the ball brought up by Tyree Jackson and Eric Vila.
Love the energy out of the Raiders, though, Rob. Love this style of play. They're moving the ball around. Trey Diggs taking the open shot. Doesn't knock it down, but just love our style of play. Moving the ball around, working it, getting good stroke, good open shots.
Pensacola State College again working at the top. Now they're not afraid to drive to the rack if they get a good screen. There's the kick over to number 13, Isaiah Williams. Williams goes inside and gets it off the glass. Good possession there for Isaiah Williams, and the Pirates are back within 4.
Yeah, great body control, hanging in the air, the double clutch, getting it off the glass.
8 minutes left to go in the first half. Long jumper is no good. Can't get the roll for Tyree Jackson, who started off hot but has missed his last 2 field goals.
Yeah, Pirates working their way back into this game here, only down 4 with just over 7:40 to go.
Pirates establishing the offense. Again, they just need one lane to drive, but they will take their time establishing the offense. There's a wraparound pass. It's knocked away off the hands of Mike McDougal, but called off of Vila. It's going to stay underneath. Eric Vila disagrees with the call, but the near side referee says it is a blue basketball.
Yeah, they're definitely calling it close here, Rob. You're seeing the intensity pick up for the Pensacola State College Pirates on the defensive end and on the offensive end, getting physical, taking the ball to the hole, catching up with these Raiders.
Javion Hamlet, Noah Morgan both check into the basketball game and replace Trey Diggs. Inbound pass from the Pirates is into the short corner. Dribble drive from Williams. Williams against Vila. He's going to go inside. Good putback. Just kind of knocked Vila back, rocked him on his heels, and then went with a click. That's a good offensive tear glass shot.
Yeah, he just out-muscled him, Rob. Strong take to the basket.
That's one of the things you'll notice about Eric Vila, 6'11", but not the bulkiest guy in the world. Pensacola State does not have the size that Vila does, but they do have the muscle underneath this. That is good. Javion Hamlet with the bounce, the shot, and he's headed to the line for a third.
Yeah, did a great job of absorbing the contact, staying with it, kissing it off the glass. Now headed to the line for a 3-point play.
Just to put his team up by 5 with 7:05 showing in the first half is Javion Hamlet, the 6'3" redshirt sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. Look at Vila with the putback, but it's fouled as it goes up. It ends up over the backboard, but a great rebound and putback. And again, we mentioned not the bulkiest guy under there, but it doesn't matter if you're 6'11" and you can touch the rim without jumping. You'll get a few second chances.
Rob Brown, I would say Vila flexed on him right there.
Vila headed to the line for a couple. The first of two is no good. Drew front iron and rimmed out to the left. Substitutions being made here. Kane Henry will come on and replace Chris Duarte. Duarte with 5 points and 4 rebounds to his name to start the game.
Yeah, so far in this first half, I would say it's been pretty clean from a foul perspective and also a turnover perspective. Only 2 fouls on the Raiders. We got 4 for Pensacola State College, but when we step to the line, we got to knock both of them down.
Vila hits the second 5-point lead for Northwest Florida State as they are in that half-court press.
Yeah, trying to get these traps in the corners, create some turnovers, and some easy transition buckets. Unfortunately, Pirates broke down that press.
Rafael Diaz, 6'6", sophomore from Miami with the dribble drive and a good finish there. And missed on the other side did number 1, Tyree Jackson. So the Pirates with a chance, and they knock it down. McLean Charles, a 6'3" freshman from Orlando, Florida, brings his Pirates to within 1 point. So the Raiders came out hot early, Jeff, but things have fallen off a little bit in the shooting percentage category, down to 50%. The Pirates, on the other hand, taking high percentage shots, lots of dribble drive, attacking the glass, and most importantly, finishing those opportunities. They're now back within 1.
Yeah, we're not getting the clean looks like we were earlier in the first half, so we're starting to force it a little bit as we're taking it to the basket. You notice on that last drive by the Pirates on the defensive end for us, what we saw with the ladies' game that we're not seeing so far on this end, we haven't seen a single charge taken, where we had a perfect opportunity on that last possession to, stand our ground, get a charge, get back down the other end of the floor. Love to see more of that at this level.
Also like to see the Raiders maybe try a few more three-point shots. They started off very well. You had, as mentioned, Tyree Jackson, 3 of 3 to start the game. Kane Henry also knocked one down. But since then, they've really been trying to force those mid-range jump shots. I don't know that I wouldn't hate to see them step back from the line, force that defense to come guard the 3, respect the shot, then start to find Eric Vila inside.
Yeah, this 1-3-1 zone defense is making it hard to do that right now. Like you said, we got to penetrate these gaps.
Another mistake there.
Looks.
The inside pass to Noah Morgan. Morgan spins, is well defended, and passes it out for Kane Henry, but Henry was not where Morgan thought he was going to be, so the pass sails out of bounds. And again, I understand the desire to attack the basket, to find guys underneath in the paint, but when you start making those mental mistakes, maybe it's time to extend that offense. That's the bread and butter. Get back to it.
Yeah, the key is knowing where to move off the ball when you're going up against a zone. When you got a man that penetrates, you got to be able to step away, get yourself open for an easy look or for an open look.
3-point effort from the corner is no good for Ixa Montero, and the Raiders rebound, so back the other way. Corner 3 is up. It is good. Tyree for 3 is 4 for 4 from deep, man. That is a fantastic 3-point shot on that young man.
Yeah, nice drop off, recognizing your hot shooter open in the corner. Get it to him, let him do what he's doing well tonight, and that's shooting it from behind the line.
Tyree Jackson, 12 points on 4 of 4 from the arc. There's another long jumper, but no good. Vila with the rebound, and we're coming back the other way with Javion Hamlet. Hamlet pulls up over to Vila. Vila with the bounce pass to the corner.
There we go. You got to swing it.
There's another 3-point effort.
Autumn.
5 of 5 to start the game. Tyree Jackson is on fire.
Mama, there goes that man. Quoting Stephen A. Jackson, that man is on fire.
5 of 5 for Tyree Jackson, the 6'1" redshirt sophomore from Tifton, Georgia, and he's got 15 points, leading this squad so far, leading all scorers in the game. Inside pass, and it's blocked by Eric Vila. He went up hard against number 12, Bryce Hunt. Good block there from number 10, the big man from Spain, patrolling his territory underneath. That defensive presence underneath and the 3-point sniping from Tyree Jackson has earned the Raiders a 35-28 lead with 4.5 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, Vila putting that link to work for him right there. Great job by the Raiders in those last few possessions, finding the hot shooter, Tyree Jackson, just doing a great job of stroking it, knocking it down. What did we say? He's 5 for 5 in this half, 15 points off the 3. Love it.
Winner!
What is Sam's favorite trail on Netflix? What is Trey's signature dance move?
That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
Who is the best athlete in the Parker family?
Oh, he tried me. He tried me.
Northwest Florida State, 8 of 15 behind the arc. It's all Tyree Jackson, 5 of 5. He's 5 of 8 from the floor overall for 15 points. 12 of 26 from the floor is Pensacola State College. 12 of 22 are the Raiders, who hold a 7-point lead with 4.5 left to play in the first half. 13 rebounds for the Pirates to just 11 for Northwest Florida State College. Ordinarily, I'd say rebound statistics super important, Jeff McDonald, but the good news for the Raiders here, not a lot of second chances. Most of their shots falling so far, so they're getting less opportunity for those offensive rebounds.
Absolutely. Another turnover.
There's the goaltending call against the Pirates. It was Javion Hamlet who went coast to coast and got it stuffed against the glass, but after it hit the back of the rim. So goaltending called against the Pirates. The deuce is good, and it's now a 9-point lead for the Raiders.
Yeah, definitely getting our mojo back on the back end of this half, Rob. Knocking down the threes, playing some tough defense, getting some good baskets off transition.
Quick pass out to the three-point line. The step in two. It's a long two, but it's no good. And the rebound by Duarte, and we're back coming the other way of the Raiders. Duarte sets up the offense over to Vila. Vila kicks it over to Hamlet. Hamlet looking for Kane Henry in the corner. He's got Eric Vila setting the screen up high.
Yeah, I'd like to see Duarte get heated up here for the end of the half.
There's a kick over to Morgan. Morgan running the offense now. He's going to drive with that left hand, and he's going to get knocked around. We've got a foul called on the inside against Jason Montero for Pensacola.
Yeah, we get the foul there, but we don't want to be forcing the action there. When you begin that drive and the defense collapses, that's when you got to give it up, because it's very possible they won't call those fouls. That was maybe a little bit of a soft call there in our favor.
Noah Morgan drove right into the waiting arms of a pair of defenders, could not find the outlet pass, then got bailed out by the official. Here's Javion Hamlet setting up the offense. Pulls it back. Kane Henry is going to look for the three. Back up to Hamlet. Hamlet drives to the right, 5 on the shot clock. The corner three is up. It's good. Kane Henry, the 6'7" sophomore from London, England, with the tray.
Yeah, Dane Henry, I think, what is he, 2 for 2 now behind the arc?
Henry
Great
was
shot.
6 points, 2 from 3 from behind the arc is Kane Henry. No lack of three-point shooters on this Raiders squad as the rebound is knocked around, but ultimately ends up in the hands of Duarte.
Stretch that lead to 12, Rob.
Hamlet sets up the offense. Vila right there with him to set the screen. Back up top to Vila. Vila's going to hit it over to Duarte. Duarte works right to left. Back to Vila. Vila with the dribble drive, looking to set somebody up for the three. The inside pass to Kane Henry. Good pass. Look at Eric Vila doing his best impression of a young, tall John Stockton.
Yeah, great look by Vila. Although it's hard not to see from 6'11".
There's the kick over to number 5, Shandarius Cowart. Back to the left. The long three ball is up and good. That's a great shot from Mike McDougal to knock down the three from range.
Yeah, absolutely. Pensacola State struggling a little bit behind the arc. Actually, we're 25%. They just jumped to 40% with that make.
Just over 2 minutes left to play here at Raider Arena. The Raiders with a 42-31 lead. Long three. It's good. Javion Hamlet, the sweatshirt sophomore, knocks down a tray, and the Raiders are hot behind the arc.
Yeah, that one almost looked like a little bit of a double clutch, but hey, it went in. We'll take it.
Another three-point effort from the Pirates. This one in and out, no good. Duarte on the rebound, and he'll lead his squad back to the offensive end. Good behind the back dribble. Kicks it back over to Kane Henry, saves himself, went up and down, but did have the dribble to Kane Henry to save himself. He kicks it back out to Javion Hamlet. He'll reset with 13 on the shot clock. Duarte with a fake three. The step back three, no good. In and out, rebounded by the Pirates.
Yeah, it's hard when you're hot like he is over there, number 14 for us. Kane Henry wanting to put that thing up.
Up to the basket goes Bryce Hunt. Eric Vila looked to have him blocked, but the foul called from the backside official against Eric Vila. That's going to be his first foul of the evening, on a foul that most of the Raider faithful here in the arena disagreed with, thought it was all ball. But to the line goes number 12, Bryce Hunt, for a chance to earn a couple and bring this thing back to within 12.
Yeah, for the most part, letting them play in there tonight, Rob.
First free throw is good. Substitution made by the Pirates. They're going to take off Rafael Diaz and add DeMonte Nelson back and go with a smaller lineup. They've now got 3 guards on the floor along with 1 shooting forward, actually 2 shooting forwards, and no true big men on the floor for the Pirates for the final minute 6 of the clock.
You know, I don't understand why when you're shooting 1-on-1, 2 free throws, why you don't have your guys in there to rebound. You're seeing that a lot more today, high school, junior college, Division I, pulling your guys outside of the paint on the free throws. Why would you not have them in there to rebound on the second shot or the back end?
Henry loses his momentum, falls, and is called for the travel, so a turnover with 50 seconds left to play on the clock. Pensacola State back the other way behind Mike McDougal, who's leading the attack at the point position. Steps back, 3-point effort from the far side is good. A side-spinning 3 from DeMonte Nelson goes in. Lead cut back down to 10, 32 on the clock in the first half.
Yeah, we're seeing Pensacola try to heat up a little bit behind the line. We've got to do a good job taking care of the ball here, run this clock down, get a good open look to get us to the end of the first half.
Pass inside, the shot is up, no good, can't get the teardrop to fall. Shot clock turned off with 13 seconds left to play in the half for the Pirates. Here comes number 4, DeMonte Nelson, leading the offense, 6 to shoot. Drives, kicks to the 3-point line, back around to the top. It's up, the under, the left-handed scoop layup, no good for Montero. And that is how we will end the first half of play. A 10-point lead for the Raiders, 45-35. And what we saw out of that half, some great 3-point sharpshooting from the Raiders early in the half. Got away from it in the middle of the first half, but the shot came back. The long-range jumpers came back. The Pirate defense started to extend. All of a sudden, quick inside, easy, high-percentage field goals came open, and what was a very close tied basketball game at one point sees the Raiders extend with some fantastic outside shooting.
Yeah, it was nice to see Kane Henry get hot behind the line, and along with Tyree knocking down those threes, creating a little distance between the Raiders and the Pirates. Right there at the end, though, getting a little sloppy on the defensive end, letting them creep back in, get some good looks behind the line, and what was a little bit larger lead knocked down to 10. So, you know, Pirates still within striking distance, but we'll have to see what we come out with in the second half, continue the intensity on the defensive side of the ball, and keep shooting it.
One of the things you do not want to see is for the Raiders to get into a panic to start the second half. We did see the Pirates go on a couple of sustained runs, but both times the Raiders were able to settle back down to take possession and momentum back from the Pirates and hang on to it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back here in just a few minutes and get you set up with our first half stats. Take a look forward to the second half. His name is Jeff McDonald. I am Rob Brown. Thanks for joining us here on Emerald Coast TV for Northwest Florida State College Raider basketball.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit nwfsc.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit nwfsc.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit nwfsc.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit NWFSC.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit NWFSC.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit NWFSC.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit NWFSC.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida State College waives all state, college, and course fees for all active duty military tuition assistance students? NWF is committed to serving our military. Visit nwfsc.edu or call 850-678-5111 to learn more. Register today to design your future at Northwest Florida State College.
A vacation you can count on. Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. Visit emeraldcoastfl.com.
This is where you live, learn, and play. Northwest Florida State College now offers a degree in hospitality and tourism, where you can train with a nationally recognized college in a globally recognized resort area. This is where you start building the foundation for your future. This is Northwest Florida, and the best is our standard. Visit bearaider.com to learn more.
Did you know Northwest Florida
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Northwest Florida State College and Raider Arena, where we are just moments away from kicking off the second half of this Panhandle Conference showdown between the Raiders of Northwest Florida State College and the Pirates of Pensacola State College. Phenomenal first half action led to a 10-point lead for the Raiders on the shooting of Tyree Jackson, 5 of 5 behind the line, 5 of 8 from the floor, and from number 3, Javian Hamlet, 4 of 4 from the floor, including a three-pointer to go along with 3 offensive rebounds. Chris Duarte, 6 rebounds in the first half. It has been a game of unselfish basketball for the Raiders. They'll look to continue that and grow this lead as we are underway in the second half. My name is Rob Brown. Jeff McDonald here is your color commenter. RJ Murdoch and crew of Emerald Coast TV bringing you all of your camera angles this evening. Thank you so much for joining us for this game. Pensacola starts off with possession, and we'll get a quick tip that won't go, but the second chance rebound from Isaiah Williams is good, and the lead back down to single digits for the first time since about 16 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, good start for the Pirates there, hitting the offensive boards, getting it down within 8 points.
Dribble drive no good for Noah Morgan, and the rebound escapes Eric Vila into the waiting arms of number 13, Isaiah Williams, for the Pirates.
Looks like we're opening up in a zone defense here for the Raiders.
Williams with a shoulder down, goes right to the rack, just goes through Noah Morgan, and that is a tough-nosed offensive play for Isaiah. Tough to play defense against a guy who's got that much bulk to him, too, especially when he decides that he's going to put his head down and head straight in. And you can hear some of the crowd behind us yelling, watch the elbow, watch the shoulder. But yeah, it was a good offensive move. Credit where it was due. Good move to the basket for number 13, Isaiah Williams, over Noah Morgan.
That's what happens down in the paint, though, Rob Brown. Good timeout by Coach DeMeo, though. Not a great start to the second half for the Raiders. Again, the Pirates opening up in the 2-3 zone defense. We got to find a way to once again penetrate these gaps, find people flashing through the gaps, get open, try to get some good mid-range looks, maybe kick it back out for some threes.
2 buckets within the first minute and 14 seconds for the Pirates, so Coach DeMayo does take a timeout for Northwest Florida State to reset that defense. Here's the inbounds as number 3, Javian Hamlet, will run the offense. Passed over to Chris Duarte. Duarte inside to Vila. Vila drives to the backseat. The right-hand spin, but he can't get it to fall. Rebound tipped into the waiting arms of Javian Hamlet, who gets the one-touch back up. Beautiful rebound and pass from number 1, Tyree Jackson, over to Hamlet, who's able to get the one-timer.
Yeah, good garbage bucket there for Hamlet.
Dribble drive there from number 5, Shondarius Coward, who goes straight to the rack and ends up getting clipped on the arm on the underneath layup, so he'll go to the line for a pair.
Yeah, Pirates doing a great job so far in this half, getting to the basket, getting some good looks.
Coward at the line for a pair of free throws as the layup was no good. First free throw is up and no good. Rims in and out, so the lead stays at 8 for the time being. 18-18 showing on the clock here in the basketball game.
So notice again, Rob, if we're looking down here at the free throw line, we've got 0 Pirates in there other than the shooter. Why not have any guys in there to rebound the ball?
Confidently, you hope your guy makes the free throws.
Yeah.
However.
But it's not just tonight. I'm seeing it all the time now. I don't understand it.
Raiders alongside Tyree Jackson, Chris Duarte, and Javian Hamlet at the top. And Hamlet drives, goes up with the left hand. Good look from Javian Hamlet.
Yeah, Hamlet decided to go ahead and take over and get the Raiders on the board here in the second half.
The Pirates back the other way. Pass goes inside to Isaiah Williams. Williams turns left and goes up over the top with the right hand. Push called on Eric Vila, and I am going to say again, I think the refereeing crews from both games have done well. I have a hard time seeing that as a push. Eric Vila's hands are very high in the air. It's clear where they are.
Yeah, majority of the contact's coming from, number 13 for the Pirates, Isaiah Williams. I didn't really see the foul there on Vila.
First free throw is no good. Isaiah Williams' second free throw does fall and cuts the lead back down to 8, 17:46 to play. Javian Hamlet brings the ball up the floor. He's got Noah Morgan, Tyree Jackson in the backcourt with him. Ball working around the perimeter inside to Vila. Vila turns to score up to the basket. Drive, and the left-hand teardrop is good for Hamlet. Hamlet has opened up the scoring for the Raiders here in the second half.
Yeah, doing a great job breaking down that defense, getting to the basket, knocking it down.
15 points for Hamlet, 4 rebounds to go with it. Also Tyree Jackson with 15 points on his 5 of 5 from the line. Morgan and Duarte both on the floor with 5 apiece. Vila has 3, and that's an offensive foul called on Isaiah Williams, and the fans in the stands behind us very happy. They feel like that's been a consistent all night, and that time he gets whistled for it. Substitution made. Bryce Hunt will come on and replace Williams. Williams lost his temper with the official there for a second, and on the other side, head coach Pete Pena for Pensacola State pulls him out before he talks himself into a technical foul.
Well, great job on the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders. Number 4, Noah Morgan. He's seen the aggressiveness of Isaiah Williams, just banging it inside and drawing the offensive foul.
Chris Duarte for Tree. 6'6", Dominican Republic, and shooting the lights out of the gym over the past handful of games. He gets another one there. The lead back up to 13 just like that. And with 16:41 to play, the Pirates came out with all the momentum to start the half, but the Raiders did not budge, put their head down, went to work, and have now grown the lead back to 13.
Yeah, you've seen them settle down a little bit, move the ball around, look for some better shots. Wide open shot for Duarte, knocking down a 3. Good looking stroke for Duarte, I'm telling you. We've got some great shooters on this Raider basketball club.
It has been the three-point shooting for Tyree Jackson that has been phenomenal, but he is more than certainly not alone in those efforts. You've also got threes from Noah Morgan. Chris Duarte just hit his second on the evening, and Henry has a pair to go as well to end that last half. So the Difference has been the three-point shooting, 57.9% from behind the line. Jeff McDonald, if you can threaten 60% behind the line, you're going to win most basketball games.
Yeah, they're doing a great job tonight, although we just gave up a three to the Pirates there, number 3.
Mike McDougal knocks that one down from range, and that brings it back to a 10-point ball game.
Hamlet really doing a great job setting up the offense here in the second half for the Raiders.
And letting the offense develop. He's not panicking. He's not trying to force anything. He's letting his guys find their spots as Chris Duarte drives to the line and can't get it to go, but is fouled in the process, so he'll head to the line for a couple. Foul called on number 5, Shondarius Cowart. That is going to be Cowart's first of the evening. Duarte might have been poked in the eye just a little bit there, so it takes a second to retreat to half court to get a breather before he steps to the line for a pair. First free throw rims in, out, and back in. It is good. And again, credit to to Javian Hamlet, the way that he's been running this offense. You got to give him credit. He's really letting his guys not just find their spots, but then make their cuts. He's not panicking with the basketball. He's not reacting to the pressure. He's letting the offense run through him as opposed to trying to dictate it with the tempo by getting into a hurry and panicking.
Yeah, he's obviously done a great job getting us going in the second half.
Three-pointer is no good for Ixon Montero. He was in and out on the reset. Vila is going to get the pass and kick it back out to Duarte. Duarte back inside to Vila. Vila with the inside pass. Nice pass to Chris Duarte, and Duarte is fouled by number 1, Rafael Diaz. That is going to be Diaz's first of the night. That's a good give and go from Eric Vila. He saw that Duarte was going to make a cut to the basket and had his man on the back hip, made a great pass and set up Duarte for the foul.
Yeah, well, great job by Duarte, not just standing still. Gives up the ball to Vila and gets to the basket, and Vila, all he has to do is turn around and just dump it to him. So, love that. Get the ball to the free throw line, extended area, cut to the basket, drop it for an easy layup.
Duarte's 11th point on the night because of that free throw. He'll aim for the dozen here and gets it. 12 points for Chris Duarte, 6 rebounds to go with it, and a couple of assists. He's having a decent night this evening as his Raiders lead by 14, 58-44 with 15:40 showing on the clock.
Yeah, we're having a great night from the free throw line as well. 7 of 9, not too bad.
Shondarius Cowart running the show for Pensacola State, kicks it over into the corner. The up and down is blocked. Chris Duarte with the block. And a phenomenal save from Tyree Jackson to keep it in bounds. Gives the Raiders the opportunity to score in transition.
Duarte showing up on both ends.
Duarte for Trey. Chris Duarte knocks down the 3. 15 points on the night. And the Raiders up 61-44 with 15 and change to play.
Yes, the Hamlet and Duarte show so far here in the second half for the Raiders.
Kick out for the three-pointer, and it is good from Ixon Montero. That 3 brings the Pensacola State College score to 47-61, and the Raiders fans on their feet here at Rada Arena. It is raining three-point shots in this gymnasium, Jeff McDonald, and the scoreboard proves it.
Yeah, stretched the lead to 14. Pirates early on in the second half got it down below 10, but man, you got Duarte out there heating up, knocking down free throws, knocking down threes. You got Big Vila directing the offense from the free throw line. Just a great team effort right here so far in the second half.
I am enjoying watching Eric Vila play predominantly because he's not just a post player, and he can get strong underneath if he needs to. But he's playing well from, as you mentioned, from that elbow, from that free throw line, and distributes the ball really well. For a 6'11" big man, he sees the floor develop, not just how it is, but developing. For instance, on that Duarte play just a couple of minutes ago, Duarte gives it to him. He immediately spins to the basket. We talked about that in the women's game. It's good to see a big man who actually faces up to the basket. Faces up to the basket, sees that Duarte has a cut, sees that Duarte has his defender on the back hip, and immediately feeds him the ball, knowing that there is the potential for either a quick underneath scoop layup or the foul. Duarte drew the foul, goes to the line, knocks down a couple. Eric Vila distributing the ball really well for a big man.
Yeah, great two-man game by Vila and Duarte. So probably see a lot of that continue here in the second half.
14:51 showing on the clock. Raiders will bring the ball up on the hands of Javian Hamlet and number 5 Chris Duarte, who, as we mentioned, hot from the line. There's a drive from Hamlet. Inside to Kane, and it is slammed down. Kane Henry sneaks in the back door and two-hands it down off a phenomenal assist from Javian Hamlet. Well done.
Man, love the spacing. Great dribble drive by Hamlet. Drop off there to, who do we have on that jam? Number 14, Kane Henry. Beautiful possession.
Kane Henry with a pair of three-pointers and add the two-handed tomahawk onto it as well. A beautiful slam from Kane Henry. Well done. And again, all of that caused because Javian Hamlet saw there was a lane, attacked the basket, the defense collapsed. Kane Henry able to come in the back door and get the assist, throw it down hard.
Nice little up and under there for the Pirates. Number 5, Shondarius Cowart.
14 minutes left to play. Over to Hamlet. Hamlet drives to the corner for Kane Henry. No good. Just draws off left. Rebounded up and under. How about Chris Duarte? Flex on him. Young man grabs the offensive board, goes up through 3 Pirate defenders, and grabs the garbage points.
Yeah, Duarte's doing it from every level on the offensive end. Getting the rebounds, taking it back up, knocking down the threes, getting to the free throw line, knocking down the free throws. He has taken over here in the second half, Rob.
And it's not just scoring. That's, I think, what is most impressive about Duarte's game right now. He is absolutely developing the game by finding spots on the floor, drawing defense towards him. And that's even what set up that Eric Vila assist. That's what set up the Kane Brown dunk and, the Kane Henry dunk and the Kane Henry three. Both times were because Duarte draws the defense in by threatening a drive and finds the assist. It's great basketball.
Sorry, I lost focus. We've got this gentleman, I believe he might be having a seizure.
I don't know, his daughter's loving every second of it though.
Just kidding, not a seizure, just dancing like most white guys do.
Enjoy that, young man, because in about 10 years that is going to embarrass the heck out of that young lady. So use it while you got it.
Yep.
23 of 38 from the floor so far are the Raiders. 12 of 21 from behind the arc. Like we mentioned, if you can go out there and you can attack for 60, 61% from three-point line with, well over half the game played, you got a good chance at winning. 7 of 9 from behind the arc. 20 rebounds to just 17 for the Pirates so far. And 3 steals. It's not been a bad game so far for the Northwest Florida State College Raiders, not just on the scoreboard, but in all the other categories as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you come up hit 12 of 21 three-point line and 7 for 9 from the free throw line, you're doing well.
Pirates working the ball around the three-point line. Long three-pointer is up and no good. Rebound recovered there by Anthony Mason, who's just checked in for the Raiders. Eric Vila for 3. Bucket! It's good! The big man with the rainmaker!
From downtown. We were just talking about Vila and his ability to stretch the floor, and there we go, dropping it from behind the arc.
Eric Vila diamond the 3, and look, he wants another one. He's setting up for another one.
Feed the big man.
Vila running the point guard position like we all knew was going to happen.
Oh, he's open again.
Another shot, another 3. Oh, no good, just off front iron. And I don't know if you saw it, but on that first 3 that Vila knocked down, Tyree Jackson came off the bench and was running the sideline with both 3s up in the air. That is a team that likes playing with each other. Oh. Vila with the drive, the right-hander, but he can't get it to go. The putback, no good. Third effort, this time it is good. 2 offensive rebounds. The second one results in the basket. Eric Vila is feeling himself right now.
Yes, he is. Headed to the line to get 3 the old-fashioned way here, Rob Brown.
12 and a half left to go. Eric Vila drains a 3, drives to the rack, misses, gets not 1 but 2 putbacks, knocks down the second chance point, and goes to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, it looks like Duarte and Hamlet going to get a rest here for a little bit. They just checked out. Looks like we got Diggs in the game. We got number 42, Anthony Mason checked into the game as well.
Tyree Jackson checks back in as well. Of course, he's been a three-point threat all night, 5 of 5 from behind the arc for 15 points. So if he finds himself with space to shoot, look out. And there's a foul called on Vila, a moving foul, so that's going to be on number 10, his third foul of the evening. Now the taller lineup for the Raiders. We saw them go with an almost all-guard lineup earlier, though we will have a substitution here. They've got on the floor right now Anthony Mason, a 6'10 freshman from Decatur, Alabama. Vila, the 6'11 redshirt sophomore from Spain. Substitution, however, is Vila will head to the bench. Set to be replaced by number 24, Sam Baker, a 6'4 sophomore from St. Paul, Minnesota. This will be his first action of the evening. Free throw missed there by number 13, Isaiah Williams, and the Raiders come back the other way, hanging on to a 21-point lead with 12:14 left to play. Kane Henry is going to work it around to Baker. Baker to Mason, back to Baker. Baker spots up for the three, no good off the iron, but Kane Henry with the rebound, resets it back to Diggs. Diggs with the inside pass. There's the putback from Mason. It won't go, and the rebound brought down. Good rebound there from Isaiah Williams. He went up strong to get that one in the middle of a host of Raiders.
Look at Trey Diggs getting in there, taking the charge, it looks like.
Got a pushing foul on the backside, so Diggs did well to gain his spot and take the charge, but the foul pushed on the other way. Yep, it's going to be called on Kane Henry with the push from behind.
Gotcha.
And we'll have ourselves a media timeout with 11:47 left to play here in the first half. 70-49. Northwest Florida State with the lead so far. And I'll tell you what, Jeff, we're going to take just a minute because we are about to send it to Kiss Cam.
Ooh, she's like, excuse me.
It's Kiss Cam.
Oh, somebody wanted to lean in for a kiss, just not the guy we thought it was. Oh, whoa. Ah, there we go. We got to get a young couple in here. We got to get a young couple in on the action. Oh, there we go. That's nice.
I do like the Prince selection in the background. That's not bad.
We need to get him in over here on Don Brown and Coach Thickpen from Choctaw. Let's get him over here on Coach Brown and Coach Thickpen.
All right, stats moving forward. 5 of 5 behind the arc for Tyree Jackson. 5 of 8 on the floor. 3 of 6 for Chris Duarte. He's 5 of 8 from the floor overall. The Raiders 25 of 45 from the floor. 13 of 24 from behind the arc. 19 of 42 of the Pirates. 5 of 12 from behind the arc. They are 6 of 11 from the free throw line. 7 of 10 from the free throw line is Northwest Florida State College, and that's where we find ourselves now with a 21-point lead in favor of the home team.
Yeah, you see Duarte climbed up there to 17 total points for the night, really taking over here in the second half.
The inbounds from Pensacola State College. Working on the outside is Isaiah Williams. Williams is going to drive and go left hand, but foul called on the floor by the near side official against number 42, Anthony Mason, the freshman. That's going to be Mason's first foul of the evening. 1 foul, 1 rebound, no points so far for Mason, who is checked in predominantly in relief of Eric Vila, though he is no doubt a force to be reckoned with under the glass.
Absolutely. Yeah, Isaiah Williams doing a great job for Pensacola State, getting to the basket, drawing some fouls.
Kick out to the three-point line. Three-pointer is up, and it is good. That's number 22, McLeon Charles, the 6'3 freshman from Orlando, Florida, spots up for the three.
Rattled it home.
Long three for Trey Diggs, no good, short iron. Kane Henry with the rebound, ends up in the hands of Trey Diggs again, decides better of it this time, and it'll pass its way around to Kane Henry. Henry up and underneath. How about Kane Henry?
Explosive.
Not just a shooter, but can take it to the rack and surprise you with the quickness.
So explosive with the dribble drive, getting to the basket quickly, getting up high and off the glass.
20-point game now in favor of the Raiders. 10:44 left to play. Spot-up fadeaway jumper is good for DeMonte Nelson. That was a well-placed jump shot from the elbow as he faded away from the defense. That's about as well as you can defend that. Just a good shot from DeMonte Nelson, and a quick timeout called there as we head to the sidelines.
Yeah, it looks like the Pirates taking the timeout here right after the made basket. Probably going to discuss how they can continue to try to get this 18-point lead down to where it's somewhat manageable when we're at, the halfway mark here of the second half.
Been a tough handful of minutes. The Pirates came out gunning to start the second half. In fact, took that lead from 10 down to nearly a tied game, but it's been all Raiders since then. And one of the things I'd say about the Raiders so far is they live and die by going on streaks. They get these hot streaks where they come up with a couple of big plays. You get the Duarte dunk followed by the Henry dunk. You get 2 or 3 threes knocked down in a row. And then they go quiet for a spell, but then they pick back up. And it's not long, sustained streaks. It's 3 possessions in a row, 4 possessions in a row, 3 possessions in a row. That's really what they've been doing so far tonight. And that lead just kind of grows 4 points at a time, 4 points at a time, 4 points at a time until they're up 20.
Yeah, as you know, basketball, Rob, is just a game of runs. Typically, it kind of goes back and forth, but for the second half so far, Pensacola started off strong, but it's been a good long run here for the Raiders.
Back underway at Raider Arena here on the campus of Northwest Florida State College. You're watching Emerald Coast TV. R.J. Murdoch and his crew bringing you Raider coverage all year long. I am Rob Brown on play-by-play for this season. Jeff McDonald, my color commentator, sitting to my left. The 3 is good. Trey Diggs, Niceville's own, knocks down the corner 3.
Such a good-looking shot, man. You knew it was getting ready to fall eventually.
And you pointed that out when Trey came on. Just got that smooth shot. I think he lost a little confidence. He had an air ball on his first shot, and you could kind of see it maybe drained him a little bit. But with that confidence comes back after a make like that, you have no idea what might be in store for the rest of the game as the drive underneath, a foul called inside the paint.
Yeah, Trey was on the floor trying to get back up and get a stop, wound up getting called for the foul there.
That is Diggs' first personal foul of the evening. He's got 3 points on that three-pointer you just saw from the far corner. To the line goes number 22, McLean Charles, the freshman guard. He'll shoot 2, and here is Jeff McDonald's pet peeve of the evening.
I just don't understand it. If you're a coach out there, you're watching, maybe give me a shout, hit me up. Explain to me why this is a thing. You're shooting a couple free throws. I could understand maybe on the front end of a 2-shot foul, coach your guys up for a second. But you know what? When you're on that second shot, why not have someone in there to rebound?
Raiders working the ball around the top of the paint right now. It's number 24, Sam Baker, alongside number 1, Tyree Jackson. Jackson drives with the right hand. Layup, good. Great move by Tyree Jackson to get to the glass and kiss it off.
Jackson's first points not coming from behind the arc.
17 points for Tyree, as mentioned there by Jeff McDonald just a moment ago. 15 of those off of three-pointers, the other 2 off of that kiss layup. Pensacola trapped down in the corner. Here comes Isaiah Williams once again. Ball makes its way back up to Mike McDougal. McDougal splits the defense to the corner, and the shot clock goes off. Violation by the Pirates. Absolutely good call. Great defense by the Raiders to collapse on McDougal with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He had nowhere to go and panicked with the basketball, ended up costing him the shot clock.
Yeah, Raiders just suffocating the Pirates right now on the defensive end. Playing good disciplined basketball on the offensive end. Diggs.
Can't get that one to go. Just short iron for Trey Diggs, and the Pirates come back the other way, trailing by 22. Quick inside miss by Williams, but he gets the putback and goes up and over Anthony Mason for another deuce. 20-point lead now with 8:40 on the clock.
I'm going to tell you, I love Isaiah Williams' game, Rob. Man, that kid just gets after it, works hard, gets to the basket, gets the foul, or gets a bucket.
Here's Anthony Mason alongside number 1, Tyree Jackson, and that foul's going to be called as Jackson spots up for the 3, but he's fouled on the floor beforehand, and Jackson yelling at his teammates, "We got this, we got this."
Still feeling it even after the whistle, dropping the 3.
Foul called on number 3, Mike McDougal. That is his first foul of the evening. A handful of substitutions made for both squads. A trio of Pirates will leave the floor. On comes a few more. Yakeson Montero's had a decent night. Checks in for Pensacola State. Here's Javian Hamlet, who's checked back in, working alongside Eric Vila. Over to the corner to Chris Duarte. Duarte drives over to Tyree. Tyree spots up for 3. 6 for 6 on the night. And listen to him with the Ric Flair woo getting back on defense.
Tyree is still on fire. Don't give him any space because it's going to be a long night for you.
20 points, 18 from behind the arc. Jumper is good for Bryce Hunt from the free throw line. 80-59, 7:42 on the clock. Back the other way comes Hamlet. Hamlet inside to Villa. Villa finds Duarte. Duarte goes up with the right hand, and Villa with another assist.
Villa to Duarte.
I have a feeling we're going to be saying that a lot for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Rob Brown, but I'm excited about what's left here in this Panhandle Conference schedule. Great to be here and a part of this Raider family.
Ball knocked out of bounds off of number 3, Javion Hamlet, and so it's going to stay on that end of the floor with the Pensacola State College Pirates. There's the inbounds to Rafael Diaz working on Hamlet, and he kicks it back out to Mike McDougal to reset the offense. McDougal for 3, long 3, no good. Rebound tipped up and recovered by Montero. Montero, however, tries to throw the pass and no good, and easy there, young man. Chris Duarte diving for the ball, almost decided to visit the other side of the scorer's table.
Scorer's table better look alive.
Substitution as Tyree Jackson makes his way to the bench after knocking down his 6th three-pointer on 6 attempts. He's replaced by number 4, Noah Morgan.
Yeah, I think it's safe to let him take a blow here, a 23-point lead with just under 7 minutes left to play.
Kick ball there off the foot of Eric Vila, so it'll stay a Pensacola State ball as it rolls to the other end of the floor. Tyree Jackson grabs it off the bench. I'm not going to lie, I half wanted him to shoot it. There's McDougal with a 3-point effort. No, it's a long two. Had his foot on the line, so just a pair for McDougal, although a great effort. And here we come back the other way. Now you're starting to see that pace of the Raiders slow down a little bit. They've built themselves a 21-point lead, 6.5 left to play. The pass inside to Duarte, but he loses the handle. Here comes McDougal back the other way. McDougal up and can't get the layup to go. Rebound brought down by Hamlet. Hamlet in a fight, but he ends up with the basketball. Good physical ball, and that's going to be an offensive call. That's an easy call from Hamlet. We saw that from here, Jeff. He put that arm in his back and extended it. That was an easy call, unfortunately.
Hamlet's a little frustrated with that call as he hands the ball gently back to the referee, but I think our guys just got to kind of settle down right here. You saw on that last possession, Duarte putting the ball on the floor. Probably didn't need to do that. Just gather yourself, kick it back out, set things up.
I think Hamlet was frustrated because he came up with that rebound and got himself into a fist fight trying to dribble out, got no call, and then gets called against him on the other end. So a little frustration, and that frustration is going to be called on the far end as we're going to have a conversation right here as Javion Hamlet is going to have a small talk with the near side official, and this is one of those times where if you're Coach Steve DeMayo, you may want to tell that young man, head to the bench, take a breather. We don't need any of that going on right now. You're up 19 points. We got 5.5 minutes left to play. Settle down. Let's get this win. Let's go 1-0 in conference play, and we can go yell at him after the game when there's no threat of attack.
You still love the fire, though. You still got to love the fire, though, Rob. That kid's still working hard, playing hard, and, fighting on every possession. So just kind of stating his case there respectfully. I can appreciate that.
This is one of those times where a lot of teams will let off the gas pedal. This is one of those times where a lot of teams will start to coast. We got a 21, 20, 19-point lead, fluctuating back and forth, but it's hovering right around there. They don't seem to be able to do anything we're trading basket for basket. Let's maybe coast, pull off the gas a little bit. I would argue this is not the time for that because this is a Pensacola State team, and we saw it at the beginning of this half. They can go on a quick streak, and all of a sudden 20 turns to 10 and you find yourself back in a ball game. This is the moment where if you're Steve DeMayo, I think it's best to look at this team and tell them, hammer down, play your assignment, but continue to attack the basket. This is where you have to go out there and step on the throat. Jeff McDonald, this is where killer teams go win basketball games.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, 6 minutes left to go. That's a lot of time in a basketball game to work back in. Even down 19, you can go on a quick run, get yourself within 10. With about 3 minutes left, and you still got a chance at winning this ball game. I saw that today watching Alabama play Kentucky.
Yep.
And, Alabama's up, 10-plus points on Kentucky with less than 3 minutes left. The next thing you know, they're only winning the ball game by 2, trying to give it away. So we don't want to see that here tonight. So continue to play disciplined basketball.
20 points for Tyree Jackson so far, 19 for Chris Duarte, 15 for Hamlet, and 12 for Henry. And that's where we find ourselves with a 19-point lead, 82-63 Raiders over the Pirates. 5:45 left to play in the game. Kick out for the three-point effort. Book it. It's good. Number 24, Sam Baker with the tray. He gets on the board for the first time this evening with 3 points.
Yeah, Sam's been begging for that one since he got in the ball game here in the second half. Good shot.
There's a three-point effort on the first action of the game the first long shot of the game for Rafael Diaz. He drops that one. One of the things about this Raider team, and we saw it from Eric Vila, we've seen it out of Sam Baker, this team is full of guys who are snipers from behind the arc. You cannot let anybody have an open look as Vila tries to go with the touch short-range jumper, but it won't hit for him. This team can hit threes from anywhere on the floor, and any of the 5 guys on the floor can do it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching them drop threes from 3 to 4 feet behind the line with ease. Great range.
Speaking of behind the line, that effort from Shondarius Cowart behind the line is well off, airballed. Back the other way. Another three-point look, and in and out. Good effort from Baker, but it won't go for him. So Pensacola State with a chance to cut the lead, and they fail to do so as Eric Vila gets the rebound off of the missed Mike McDougal three-point shot. Baker back over to Hamlet, who's run the offense for the majority of the evening. Hamlet over to Baker. Baker's looking inside. There's Vila out at the top of the three-point line. Back to Hamlet. Hamlet into the corner. There's Duarte. Duarte skips it across, finds the corner. Does Baker? No good. Short iron. Duarte with the rebound and taken down from behind by Mike McDougal. Good hustle from Chris Duarte. He found the open spot, avoided the box out, got inside, grabbed the board, and gains himself another foul.
Yeah, great ball movement. Actually, good shot over there. Didn't knock it down, but again, a great rebound by Duarte.
Media timeout with 4 minutes, 7 seconds left to go, and that 19-point lead has been hovering between 19-20 for the majority of the second half so far. Again, the Pirates with a great run to start the second half, but it's been all Raiders for the last 10 to 12 minutes or so. And again, what they're doing is whatever the Pirates are giving them. And I think that's one of the things I would take away from the past 8 or 9 minutes of play, Jeff. They're not forcing the three-pointer. If it's there, they take it. They're not forcing the inside pass. If it's there, they take it. They're not forcing the dribble drive attack. If it's there, they take it. This is well-coached basketball. Find what the defense is allowing, knock the shots down.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing great ball movement, great movement away from the ball, getting some great wide-open looks. I have zero problem with that shot out there behind the arc by, who was it? I believe Baker, putting it up. Didn't quite knock it down, but still a good shot. And then you got our guys still working hard, crashing the boards like Duarte there on that last possession.
Celebrity in the house just a moment ago, spotting Woofy from 99 Rock in the building here, sitting on the sideline in his VIP chair. Good to see him in the building. And, of course, we've got a number of legendary celebrities here. Tom Brazel is in the building as well. Saw Tom earlier. I know he'll be watching the replay of this game later doing a scouting report. So good to see Tom Brazel just a few minutes ago during halftime.
Absolutely. Bit of a challenge coming in here and taking over for Big Tom.
Big shoes to fill.
No doubt. He does a great job. He and Coach Lavin, great guys in the community. And glad to have this opportunity to come here and fill their shoes.
Pass to the inside is knocked away. Foul called against number 22. That's going to be McCon Charles. Raider basketball underneath No, it's going to be a free throw, I apologize, as the Raiders have now gone into the 1-and-1 bonus. So to the line goes number 4, Noah Morgan, for a chance to add a couple on the 1-and-1 opportunity.
All right, at least on the front end here for the Raiders, we got Vila in there to rebound.
First one is up. First one is no good. Rims out, taken in by Isaiah Williams as Tyree Jackson on the sideline set to check back into the basketball game here in a moment. Pensacola works the ball to the inside and off the hands of Isaiah Williams. Just did not have the handle on the ball to make the pass. How about that take by number 3, Javian Hamlet, into the arms of 3 Pirates, and somehow finds the off-balance layup, gets it to go. And now the block on the other end by Noah Morgan. Great set of possession and defensive get back by the Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the beautiful thing about this lineup, Rob, is you just look down our roster here. We got guys like, you got Jackson with 20 points, Hamlet, who had 15, just added 2 more for 17. Then you go down, you got Duarte with 19. You come down, you got Henry with 12. Balanced scoring. You got 4 or 5 guys, you know, with double digits tonight. Who are you going to stop? They're all over the place for the Raiders.
3.5 minutes left to play in the game. 87-66, a 21-point lead for the Northwest Florida State College Raiders. They've gone back to that 3-point shooting lineup as Tyree Jackson is checked back in. Sam Baker. There is Diggs on the far side, inside to Kane. That's Kane Henry. The take is good. We got bodies all over the place, but Tyree Jackson goes with the left hand and gets it to go back on the other end. The short-range jumper is good for number 4, DeMonte Nelson. And here's Tyree Jackson again, and I think Tyree's got a little fire under him after that last time he went in, got fouled hard, but no call. Goes back again. This time he does get the call, but misses the layup. So number 1 will head to the line, take his 22 points, and try to grow it.
Yeah, great game tonight by Tyree Jackson. Still taking the ball to the hole strong and getting the foul and sliding about 20 yards away from the basket. Get him over there and drive this floor up because my man slid about at least 10 to 15 feet.
Tyree took a bit of a clunk on the last 2 possessions. Both times he went down hard. 2 possessions ago, he didn't make the layup and then gets knocked over into the cheerleaders over on the far side. And I think that's probably what inspired that last violent run to the rack. Was he wanted the call on the last one, didn't get it, so said, I'll get it on this one, and did.
Those shorts must be well lubricated with sweat. Hard-working young man.
So we've got the spot cleaned up, and Tyree now set to shoot his first of a pair of free throws. First one is just shy. 7 of 12 from the free throw line are the Raiders this evening.
Yeah, we went from 7 to 9 at the half, I believe, now, and we've missed all of our free throws so far here in the second half till now.
That one does fall for Tyree Jackson. 23 points now, 22 points for him.
23.
23, it was right, 23.
They just hadn't caught up with you.
I was going to say.
You're too quick.
Got a little ahead of myself there. It happens all the time. 90 on the scoreboard, 68 for the Pirates. Here's Tyree again. Look at him up with the left hand. This one won't go, and again he goes hard to the floor. Tyree, take care of yourself, young man. We got 5 more games to call, and I'm not done hitting threes with you yet. Speaking of threes, that one is up, that one is no good, but the self-rebound for Montero, and he's going to take it to the rack and get the deuce himself. Draws it back to within 20, 2:20 left to go on the clock.
Yeah, Tyree maybe need, once he closed out, turn around and get his body on the shooter after the ball goes up, prevent that easy offensive rebound.
Here's Tyree. He's going to go take it himself right hand, but short on the layup, and I think this is the moment where Tyree is kind of letting the emotions get the better of him after the last few possessions. That's a good take as the basket is good for number 22, McClown Charles.
Yeah, good take. I mean, he was open. I think he might be just a little bit gassed at this point, though.
Setting up the offense again is Tyree Jackson. There's the pass inside to number 42, Anthony Mason. Mason back out for the long 3, no good for Trey Diggs, and rebound goes to the Pirates. Diggs hit the first 3, but has struggled from the three-point line since. No struggle on that shot from DeMonte Nelson, knocks down the tray. Lead down to 15, a minute 25 left to play. And again, Tyree Jackson takes his time walking the ball up the floor. No hurry here for the Raiders.
Yeah, just a little over a minute left, up 15. Just let this clock run down.
Tyree lets the shot clock trickle down to 10 seconds.
Right,
and you got to wonder if he may lift up a three-pointer from way out that deep. Steps in, drives, goes up and under with the right hand. Not a great take there.
You got to get it up. Didn't hit the rim.
No, didn't hit anything, so the shot clock continued. That was, again, another one of those great drives from Tyree, and that's been the story of the last three drives. Great drives, but just missing the opportunity to distribute the guys underneath. I think Tyree may be trying to prove a point to the Pensacola interior defenders right now.
Yeah, force that one.
Long three is no good. Rebounded underneath and put back by Isaiah Williams, who gets the offensive rebound and the second chance points, brings us down to a 13-point lead, 90-77, 48 to play. Substitution coming for the Raiders is number 4, Noah Morgan, is going to check in and replace number 24, Sam Baker, at the guard spot. No, I'm kidding. It'll be Tyree Jackson who heads to the bench. Baker will stay on.
Raiders need to get focused here, finish this game out strong. Seem to having a little lapse mentally, and giving the Pirates a little bit of hope. It's a little 13-point game, less than a minute to go, but still, you still want to finish strong. Play good, smart basketball.
Diggs back to Morgan. 40 seconds showing on the clock, 20 on the shot clock, and here's Sam Baker. Pensacola content to just let the Raiders dribble out the clock and fall to 0-1 in conference play. Baker back to Morgan. Morgan over to Trey Diggs. Diggs inside, and a foul called on Pensacola. That one's going to be against number 22, McClown Charles.
Yeah, huge mismatch there underneath. You got for the Raiders, number 42, Anthony Mason sitting at 6'10" against number 22 for the Pirates, McCleon Charles at 6'3". He did all he could do there on that possession. You got a foul.
So free throw efforts upcoming for Anthony Mason, the 6'10" freshman from Decatur, Alabama. String music on the first one, and he improves the Raiders to 9 of 14 from the free throw line on the game.
You just notice these kids from Alabama, Rob, man, they can stroke it.
Yeah, good luck Monday. That's all I'm going to say. 25 seconds showing on the clock. Pensacola walks the ball up. They trail by 15 now, and again, shot clock turned off, so Pensacola State College will simply hold the basketball and let the clock wind down. Handshakes starting around the floor, and that's going to do it. Your Northwest Florida State College Raiders will improve to 1-0 in the conference, 15-2 overall. Now in second place in Panhandle Conference ball behind Chipola College and Tallahassee Community College. A huge game this evening. Tyree Jackson was money from the three-point line, shot 100% from behind the arc. All the credit in the world to him. But, Jeff, this was a game, again, we talked about the ladies, lots of hustle. I would argue the same was true tonight for the men's side. They made very few mental mistakes. They took whatever Pensacola State College gave them. Open three, we'll take it. If you're going to compact, we'll shoot. If you're going to extend and try to take the three away, we got no problem finding Eric Vila or finding Anthony Mason underneath and letting them do their work. Overall, got to say, really good effort from the Raiders tonight to play to what their strengths were.
Yeah, without a doubt, very well-coached team by Coach Steve DeMeo. These young men are, for the most part, very disciplined. You see, in the first half, you had Jackson really kind of running things. In the second half, Duarte steps up, and then Hamlet steps up. It's just next man up for this squad, buddy. It's going to be a long season for anybody else in the Panhandle Conference if the Raiders continue to play like they did tonight, Rob.
Absolutely. That was a tremendous effort. And again, you saw it from everywhere. I'll say this, one of the better three-point shooting teams that I can remember at Northwest Florida State College. Even 6'11" Eric Vila got in on the action tonight. So you're going to see a lot of that sharp shooting mentality. But this team can and will play very physically inside of the paint, and I expect to see that more coming through the remainder of the season. Some of your final stats, Again, 6 of 6 from behind the arc. 8 of 14 was Tyree Jackson for 23 points. You had 19 out of Chris Duarte on 6 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, and 4 of 4 from the three-point line. 17 points for Hamlet, 12 off the bench for Kane Henry. A beautiful effort from every one of the Raiders off the bench, and that's another thing you can say. This team has not a single guy who didn't put everything that he had on the floor tonight, and that's not just because we're calling for the home team. That was a team that put effort out from whistle to whistle, bell to bell. Jeff McDonald, it's going to be fun to watch this team the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to do this here with you, Rob. It's going to be a great season. Looking forward to it, especially when we get to sit here and witness this beautiful Raider basketball every night. Ladies and the men's, quite impressive. It's going to be a good season.
January 9th, the Raiders take on Gulf Coast. That will be on the road. We will return here on January 12th, when the Raiders host Chipola College right here at Raider Arena. My name is Rob Brown, your play-by-play man all season long. Jeff McDonough here on color. It's been fun, my friend. Thank you very much. We will see you guys in just a little bit over a week. For RJ Murdoch and everybody at Emerald Coast TV, thank you so much for watching Raider basketball right here on Emerald Coast TV. We'll see you next time.
Good night. Good job, buddy.